Hello and welcome to this episode on the Budget Focus series from The Hindu, where we attempt to give you a sectoral overview ahead of the Union Budget to be tabled in the Parliament. I am Maitri Porecha and I cover the railways among other things for The Hindu. Between 2004 and 5 period, the budget allocation for the railways was close to 8,000 crores. In 2016-17, the railways budget, instead of being presented separately under Finance Minister Arun Jaitley's time, was merged with the general budget, ending a 92-year-old practice of being presented separately. The Finance Ministry said that the merging exercise will afford more elbow room for the allocation of more funds in mid-year review to the Ministry of Railways. Since then, allocations in the railway budget have seen a sharp jump, primarily in allocation of the capital budget. In the financial year 2022-23 onwards, rupees 1.59 lakh crore were allocated and utilized in the Ministry of Railways, and in the consequent year, which is FY 23-24, the allocation jumped by 50.9% to 2.4 lakh crore. In the interim budget in FY 24-25, this has further jumped by 5.8% to 2.52 lakh crore. Now let's take a look at some specifics. We are seeing an increasingly less dependence on diesel as a fuel as compared to last year for traction, and an allocation of rupees 10,735 crores, while more importance is being given to electricity as a fuel, which is allocated as rupees 23,101 crores. Now, Railways continues to spend on its capex, like adding tracks, introducing new trains, which include Vande Bharat, Vande Metro, Vande Sleeper, swanky new high-speed bullet trains, and so on. The National High-Speed Rail Corridor, which is to run a bullet train between Ahmedabad and Mumbai, has been allocated close to rupees 12,000 crore in FY 22-23, and this allocation has been over doubled to rupees 25,000 crore in the interim budget of FY 2024-25. Now, investing so much in swanky new capital infrastructure is essential, but there are huge concerns about railway safety issues as well. Between July 2021 and June 2024, 131 train accidents have taken place, of which 93 are derailments, the latest being the one that occurred on July 18 and has caused multiple deaths and injuries in the Chandigarh-Dibrugarh Express derailment. In July last year, the Balasore train accident claimed 290 lives and has raised increasingly large questions on bumping up investments in signalling and telecom in order to provide for safety. Eventually, in the interim budget of 2024-25, an allocation of rupees 4,491 crores was made, but it is still less as compared to the capital expenditure or capex employed on laying new lines, Vande Bharat, bullet trains, and so on. The Indian Railway spans across 68,000 kilometers, and currently the deployment of Kavach, which is a traffic collision avoidance system, which is deployed in Delhi to Bombay and Delhi to Kolkata routes only, is just close to 1,500 kilometers. Deployment of Kavach is expensive. It costs rupees 50 lakh per kilometer to be deployed. Now, at current pace, Kavach implementation in railways will take at least 50 years to be completed across the route kilometer length of 68,000 kilometers. While the total deployment of Kavach would alone cost rupees 45,000 crores, the problem is not so much the finance, but the pace at which the deployment is happening, which is very slow. Designing a railway budget is like walking on thin ice, where the government delicately treads between augmenting infrastructure while maintaining a focus on safety. With a rise in deadly accidents in the recent years, railways would do well to reevaluate their priorities wisely.